I thought it was a heck of a college basketball game. Two really good teams. I thought every player on the floor played their guts out and really competed at a high level. It's a lot of fun to watch. I'm really appreciative and thankful to our fans. It's the best environment we've had in here in several years due to the pandemic. And, man, it was awesome. It's just a lot of fun to be a part of it. Really proud of our players for their fight and their toughness and the way they finished the game and found a way to win here and protect our home court.
You guys started off the second half missing a lot of shots. I think at one point I was listening to Neil saying like 1 of 14 or 2 of 14 from the floor.
It's not good.
At that point, did you make it a goal yourself to try to work it into KJ when he started getting things going a little bit inside?
It's a good question, Adam. We always want the ball going into KJ. I thought Broom, you're talking about one of the best defensive players in America. I thought did a really good job there in the first half, protecting their paint. We struggled to finish around the goal. I think he had 4 blocks in the first half alone. Mm-hmm. And, we got some pretty good looks there in the second half early. We weren't knocking them down. I thought the combination of Juice Hill and Trey Hannibal off the ball screens, getting downhill into the paint and putting some pressure on the rim, along with that huge stretch that KJ went on, where we were able to get him the ball inside, and he made some big-time moves to finish there. Because we didn't knock down the open looks. But, we talk about that balance all the time, just having multiple ways to try and beat you because, man, they're terrific defensively. I mean, they make it really difficult on you to score. And so, our players just kept battling and found a way. And it happened to be KJ scoring it in the paint and then the ball screen execution.
How much did you think the players kind of fed off of that run with KJ, and then also the crowd did too, that fed into everything kind of snowballing?
Yeah, I thought everybody did. I thought it got really loud when KJ went on that run. Made it difficult on them to hear their play calls and what they were trying to do. I thought our players, this is our 8th game in 17 days. We needed a lift. Our guys a little fatigued. And I thought the adrenaline coming from the energy of the crowd was huge for us today.
I thought your defense made them uncomfortable in the second half also.
Well, that was our goal.
That got some momentum going for you.
That was our goal. I mean, they're as good as they are defensively, same thing on the offensive end. They make it difficult on you because here you have Broom in the post who can score it so many different ways. And then you surround him with one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country from a percentage standpoint. And it puts you in some tough spots defensively. And so I thought our players really competed at that end of the floor, contested shots. I thought forcing the 15 turnovers was big for us. They were 11 assists, 15 turnovers. We only had 10 assists. We had to make a lot of one-on-one plays today because of their outstanding defense, but only 7 turnovers. And that was a big key for us as well.
You talked about maybe a little fatigue in this game, as you said, 8 games in 17, 16 days, whatever it is. This is probably the toughest or most physical game in that stretch. How do you describe what your team was able to do, and can you kind of put it into words?
I'm really proud of them, Adam. I thought, both teams. Obviously, I'm biased to my team, but that was just fun. And I'm not saying it because we won. I thought both teams just really played hard. And maybe I'll watch the film and see otherwise, but I thought both teams really competed. And you had to scrap and claw for every point you could get out there. And, for our players to finish the last 8 minutes of the game the way they did, the game was a possession game. It's the first 32 minutes or so until KJ got us going on that run. So I was really proud of our players for how they competed and executed. When the game's on the line, big-time players got to make big-time plays. And that's what our guys did.
Tevin's the new OVC leader in three-pointers made. I know we talked about it at EIU after he broke the school record, but, anything else you can add to him?
Well, Adam, it's a heck of a record. I'm thrilled. He had tons of family and friends here today for it, in front of that great crowd. That atmosphere makes it even more special for him, I hope. But, think about it. I don't know what year the three-point line came in, but I know it's about 4 decades ago. And all the good players who have come through this league, nobody's made more three-pointers than Tevin Brown. And so great credit to him. Not only his work ethic, and obviously you see a 6'5" guy who has an effortless release and his basketball IQ and all those things, but to sustain excellence for 4 years. He made 90 as a freshman. So he's been a terrific player, and he does so many other things, but that's a special record to be the all-time three-point king in the history of the OVC.
Coach, KJ had a huge run there. I think it was 4 or 5 baskets in a row for you. But I thought someone who really kept you going was George Skipper Brown today. With
Huge.
A couple of big baskets.
Yeah, really important. Yesterday was his first practice in over a week. So really it's a testament to the freak of an athlete he is, that he can come out and perform at that level after missing some time. But he was special. 4 offensive rebounds. I thought that offensive rebound on the free throw really sealed the game for us. But he finished plays with toughness around the basket in the second half, and then gets 4 offensive rebounds, just effort plays. That was big for us. And then also off the bench, we have 6 starters, but Trey, 14 points, 8 rebounds, his defensive effort. He was special. Got to the free throw line 7 times with his aggressiveness off the dribble, and then he converted. And so not to carry on, but our free throw shooting as well. We were pathetic in November, December at the free throw line, one of the worst in the country. And our guys have really invested a lot of time and gotten better. I think we're well over 70% now in league play. So proud of our players for that improvement.
Some guys who have been struggling mightily early in the year. Today, they were the ones who hit the big ones for you down the stretch. Those free throws. Yeah,
you got to make free throws. It's a team like that plays as hard as they do and has the three-point weapons. Up 6 with a minute to go, there's a lot of basketball left. And so those were big free throws. The guys stepped up and knocked down for us.
Tevin laughed when we asked him about a little bit of rest going forward, and he said there is no rest. Kind of say the same thing for these guys going forward?
They can rest tomorrow, but we're straight to the weight room, and they got to get their recovery work in, and then it'll be nice to get back in the normal routine, playing every Thursday, Saturday, I think, for the next 4 weeks. And so, Sunday it'll be good. I'm sure the players are tired of hearing from me over these 17 days and are looking forward to getting away from me for 48 hours or so.
Last question from me is not related to this game. Ja named NBA All-Star starter.
Man. Oh, that's amazing. It's just so happy for him and his family. But it's he earned it. He's one of the 10 best players in the world, hands down. And so at 22, to see him as an all-star starter, it's one of the great moments, and not only for the history of our program, but for Murray State University. And, most importantly, just proud of him for the ambassador he is for Murray State University and the Murray, Kentucky community, the winter coat programs he does, the school backpack programs, the Jaws 12 Days of Christmas. He's a once-in-a-lifetime person. So really excited for him and his family, and I hope they have an unbelievable time in Cleveland. Also liked how he followed it up with a 30, 10, and 10 triple-double. It's pretty special.
Coach, I asked KJ this question. This is a team that swept y'all last year.
I don't even think about last year. It was a ridiculous year. We've moved on.
But that'd be important to
every game's important, man.
Right.
Yeah, every game's important. What happened last year, 5 years ago, 30 years ago, has absolutely nothing to do with these games. It's just like Thursday. We got a pretty nice record right now, but we got to get ready for Austin Peay on the road. They don't care. Whoever plays the best for those 40 minutes on Thursday night will win the game. So we got a lot of getting better to do. We'll be back in the gym on Monday and start working on those things. And, hope we'll have a huge crowd come down to Clarksville with us on Thursday. We always have a lot of Navy and gold there in the stands, and can't wait. Look forward to it.
Coach, it seems to me like you guys are doing a pretty good job of blocking out any outside noise. I mean, it's no secret that national media is on Murray State, getting votes for rankings, you know. It seems like you guys have done a good job of just shutting all that out and playing your game.
Well, I think that credit goes to the players. This is a deal we always talk about. I want them to enjoy this journey. You know, this is a special place to get to play here. We've got really good players. We have a special team. We got to keep getting better. It's kind of how we built our program. I want them to enjoy it. I think you can play with great energy and have fun doing it, but you also got to combine that with the discipline, the hard work, the toughness and unselfishness it takes to win. And so I think our players have done a great job with that balance, and we'll need to continue to do so as we move forward.
I don't know if this has already been asked. I had to step out. Sorry about that. Coach, the Racers, you guys went 8 for 8 from the field in the final, I want to say 5.5 minutes of play after what seemed to be a tenacious defensive fight between two teams. What was the difference offensively in those final 6 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was a back and forth, possession by possession game. You know, two just tough, hard-nosed teams. You had to scrap and claw for every point you could get. But then our guys really executed there down the stretch. I talked earlier, it was a combination of KJ, that stretch he went on where he was able to get a piece of the paint in the post and finish in a variety of different ways. He scored the ball. And then Juice and Trey off the ball screens, I thought did a great job of putting pressure on the rim because we were not shooting the ball well from 3 there in the second half. So I think that combination, I didn't realize it was 8 for 8, but that's a beautiful thing to see. And then just scrapping and clawing defensively to try and get as many stops as we could, and then to go to the free throw line and convert to close the game out. All were vitally important there to the win.
Any more questions?
Have you talked to Ja since Thursday at all in his selection?
Just congratulatory text. Really proud of him. It's a big-time accomplishment.